Hi everyone, I'm Chef Leroy and welcome to my cozy kitchen. Well, today I'm doing another little bit of demonstration with my Shardor mini food processor. So one thing I did not show you is too much of the things with the bowl and how the chopper blade works. Okay, so I'll get that chopper blade out. It's my chopper blade right here, okay? It has little blade guards that pop off, just like so, okay? Make sure you save them. So right now I'm going to put the blade down. I'm going to take the top out, which is right here. This is for the bowl. Now at the moment I've got my chute set up on here. And the reason I'm doing that, I want to show you something that's pretty slick. So today I'm making basil pesto, okay? Now, traditionally, basil pesto is made with pine nuts, okay? So I've got pine nuts here in a little Ziploc bag. I was doing an experiment already. But I'm going to try doing my pesto in a couple other ways. So I've got some macadamia nuts and I've got some slivered almonds, okay? And I want to try them all. I've got some fresh basil here as well. I got some different containers of it. A lot of times when you go to the store, you get these smaller containers. These are like a 0.75 of an ounce. I was able to find these other larger ones, which are nice, and this is all hydroponically grown. So this is 1.5 ounce right here. Now, that's with stem on. So your ounces are going to be a little bit different because we want 1 ounce of leaves, okay, when we do this, but I'll show you that in a minute. Now, if you have hydroponically grown basil, you don't really need to wash it. If you're pulling basil from your garden, make sure you wash it. I just want to show you how cool this thing is, right? So this thing is really quick. Again, I was using this the other day, trying to get my Parmesan really fine, but you're gonna blend it together with your oil anyway. So I wanted to try this guy. So here's my block of cheese, but before we do that, let's get the camera over here and get a better look at it. Okay, so here's your block of cheese. You got your little pusher here. Drop the cheese in, set that on top, and just turn it on the first level. Make sure your bowl is slightly in front of the chute because the chute goes forward. But watch this. This is slick. And that's it. Done. That's 1 ounce of Parmigiana cheese. So let's pull the top off counterclockwise. So what you have on top here is a small piece, right? Take that piece and just chop it up. It's a very tiny piece. Throw it right in with the cheese. That's it. Done. That was so quick, so quick. And then you might have a little cheese that got past the little pusher here that pushes everything out. So make sure you take your bowl off and just bring that cheese out. So there you go. That's your 1 ounce of cheese. Beautiful. Look at that. And I've got one more block that I want to shred. So I'm going to move this out and get another bowl and shred the next piece. Okay, so let's put everything back together again. So we got our pusher, which is this black piece. Shredder attachment. Make sure your shredder blades are at the top. Take your chute, slide it on. Again, the chute always goes left of the on button. And this is your pusher. Drop your cheese inside and hit. That is it. That's how fast this is. And that'll speed up your process a lot. All right, so I'm back at my food processor, okay? So again, this is the Shardor mini food processor, okay? So we don't need the chute anymore. We're gonna pull that out of there. And we're using our bowl and our cover, okay? So blade is here, okay? Be careful, the blades are a little bit sharp, okay? So just set that on there, make sure it sits in there nicely, okay? Again, the Shardor has different settings. There's a 0 means off, there's pulse with a P, and then there's 1 and 2 levels, okay? So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to put a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 clove of garlic. Here's your clove of garlic. It's a large clove. Try to use a large clove. Now, what you want to do is smash your garlic a little bit with your knife, okay? And then cut that stem end off. You don't want that, it's kind of bitter. So chop that off and then peel your garlic, okay? That smashing down actually helps you peel it, okay? There, drop that in, okay? Now we're gonna put our cover on. Just like so. Everything goes clockwise. Make sure it goes clockwise. All right, turn it on your low speed, the first level. Let that garlic blend in really well with your oil. Okay, turn it off. Again, everything goes counterclockwise, coming back off. Look inside, make sure your garlic is completely ground up. It is not yet. So we're going to put the cover back on, just like so. So do not run this too long to heat your oil up. It's really important to keep it kind of at a lower temperature. So if you look inside there, that releases all that flavor from the garlic. That's exactly what you want. Beautiful. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our pine nuts inside, okay? Pine nuts in. This is 2 tablespoons of pine nuts, okay? So, cover on, okay? Again, low setting. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the garlic. We're gonna blend it in until it's smooth. Okay, again, I don't wanna put this on high. I wanna keep it in that low, medium speed, and that looks really good. Let's take a look at that real quick. I'll show you. It's nice and smooth, okay? All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put 1 ounce of basil. Again, this is 1 ounce of basil leaf, not the stems. You do not want the stems in there. The stems are kind of bitter, so let's push that down in there a little bit like that. Okay, we're gonna add salt. So we're gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So add your salt. Now this is a fine ground sea salt, okay? And this is my pepper mill here, okay? We're gonna do 20 cranks in there, okay? And then we are going to add our cheese, okay? So this is Parmigiano Reggiano, okay? Cheese. It's one of the top tiers of your Parmesan. 1 ounce of cheese, okay? So put everything in your bowl. Put your top back on. Again, everything goes clockwise, okay? And it won't come on anyway if it's not connected all the way. And low speed again. Okay, kill the motor. Pop off the cover. So what you want to do next is you want to push everything back down in there. There we go. Like so. Now, one other thing we're going to do is we're going to add another 2 tablespoons of olive oil, okay? Now this is extra virgin olive oil, so let's add that. You could put this right on top of your leaves and blend it right away. Make sure everything's down in there, push it down. Put your cover back on. And low speed. And kill the power. Sorry, I got some extra noise in the background. I'm doing some pressure cooked rice. All right, I'm just gonna check this out. I want to make sure my lid has everything, all the cheese out of there as well. Great. So let me just blend it just a little bit more. And there you go. What I really like about pesto is that you can freeze it. So that's what's really cool about this pesto. All right, so you can pull your little blade out of there, tap it down, get all that pesto off of there. Okay, all right, so take a spoon and clean out your bowl. Having another small bowl to add this to it. And what I really like about this mini food processor is it's pretty simple. I mean, it's so simplistic to use. Yeah, so just clean everything out. Just like that, perfect. So again, this is a basil pesto. And it's really easy to deal with. So you can keep it in the refrigerator, use it right away if you want to. I've seen people put it in ice cube trays and freeze it, which is a really cool idea. I actually can vacuum pack it as well. So let's give this a little taste here. See how it tastes. That is good. All right. So there you have it. Basil pesto with pine nuts. So I'm going to try one with almonds next. Basil pesto with almonds. Okay, so I've got a 1/4 cup of my olive oil in here. I'm going to put my chopper blade in there. We're going to drop our clove of garlic in there, 1 large clove, and put our cover on top, just like so, and low speed. Blend that garlic in really well. Okay, cut the power, open it up. Beautiful. All right, it's all mixed in. Okay, next we're going to put our almonds in. Okay, 2 tablespoons almonds. These are slivered almonds. I just think it's easier to do the tablespoon with a slivered almond, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, cover. There we go. Clockwise, right? And low speed again. Blend that up till those almonds are completely blended into the oil. And cut power. Take a look. Oh, that looks good. All right, so I'm going to take a spoon. And I'm just going to move this stuff down a little bit. Just make sure everything's blended in. Okay. It looks good right now. It's nice and smooth. So, let's take this lid here and drain that down in there. I'm going to make sure that all those pieces of almond are down inside the bottom here. All right, let's put the cover back on. Clockwise and low speed again. You don't want to heat up that oil. We don't want it hot. And cut power, okay? Turn that cover off. Get kind of oily. So, all right, now we're gonna add our 1 ounce of basil leaves to our bowl. Push them down in there. Okay. 1 ounce without stems, okay? Then we have our 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Right there. All right, we have our pepper. We're going to do 20 cranks. Okay, 20 cranks. And we're going to add our cheese. Okay, and this time I'm going to add my olive oil. 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the top. Just like so. Okay. And cover it up. And low speed. And cut power. Okay, take the top off. Let's take a look at everything here. So now all the leaves are in there. Just fine. We'll just make sure we take all the stuff off this cover. Okay, just like so. Low speed. All right, cut power. Let's check our pesto. Again, counterclockwise. Make sure everything is down in the bowl. All that little bit of cheese. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Low speed again. And doesn't take long, and cut power. That's it. All right, take it out. Take your cover off. Take a taste. Pesto with almond. All right, next one we're going to do is macadamia nut. Okay, so the last pesto we're making is our macadamia nut pesto. I've never made one with macadamia nut, so first time. So first thing you're going to do is make sure your bowl is on your motor. Okay, bowl's on. Clip it in. Make sure your blade's in there. Okay, don't forget to take your guards off. All right, let's add the oil. 1/4 cup of oil, virgin olive oil. Okay, 1 nice large garlic clove. Throw it in. Put your cover on. Everything goes clockwise. When you turn it on, put it on low. Blend your garlic until it's smooth. Okay. Cover back on. And low speed again. Just to blend that in nicely. Okay. That's it with that. And now we're going to put our macadamia nuts in. So I'm using 2 tablespoons. So for all 3 recipes, I've used tablespoons for the nuts, which should be pretty close to the same amount on all of them. Okay, throw your macadamia nuts in there. There we go, and low speed. Okay, just like so. All right, so that looks nice and smooth. Next step is to add your basil. Add our Parmesan to it. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 20 cranks of the pepper. Okay, perfect. And then we also want 2 additional tablespoons of olive oil on top. 1 and 2. Okay. It's probably about the most simple recipe you will make. But I'm really liking this little multi-functional mini food processor. Again, put it on low and blend it smooth. Okay. Turn the cover off. Make sure you clean all that stuff down. Make sure everything's down inside. And we're gonna just hit it with another quick blend. And we'll taste it. All right. What does it mean when it doesn't come on? It's not all the way clipped in. And there you go. All right, let's give this a taste. Oh, that's good. That is good. All right. I'm going to clean this out of here. We'll do a little recap on everything we did. Okay, guys, so this is a wrap up on the product review for my Shardor mini food processor. So, you know, basically I was demonstrating how the bowl worked with the blade, the chopper blade, or pureed blade, whatever you want to call it. I made 3 different kinds of pestos. All were basically, they're all the same except for the nuts, okay? Now, the first one I used was pine nuts, second one was almonds, and the third one was macadamia nuts. Now these packages are all basically about the same. Macadamia and the almonds were both 2-ounce bags, and the pine nuts were 2.25 ounces. Not sure why. Also, you can use walnuts in this too. The other thing you can do is no nuts. So pestos can be made without the cheese, it can be made without the nuts. It's not very traditional, but that's just something for you to know. Now, they yielded basically a half a cup. Is that a lot of pesto? No, not really, but it can be added to a cream sauce. It can be added as like a condiment to something. You can put it on toast. There's a lot of applications with pesto. It can also be used alone with noodles or gnocchi, one of those things. If you want to cut cost, almonds, and they work really well. I mean, your pesto will turn out awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I wasn't really making up a recipe today with this. This is more of a product review. Now, one thing I'll say about the bowl, again, it doesn't hold much product, about 3.5 cups. The other thing is that when you put your lid on here, it doesn't really seal. So if you get too much product in here, it can seep through the seam up here. So I just want you to know that. And so you want to make sure you don't go too high because it can seep out the edge. And then the blade, just be careful because it is sharp, all right? They give you these little, blade guards that go with it, so make sure you use these. Okay. Food processor was really nice. Seems to have plenty of power for such a small unit. I mean, this thing is tiny. I like it too because it can fit in one of my drawers on my kitchen. So, having said that, you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a few thumbs up if you like the video. And otherwise, you guys have a great day. Chef Leroy and